you've met some like crazy people over the last couple of months. Like you were boxing with Iman, met Justin as well, did a few other kind of big podcasts. What do you think one of the kind of main reasons was for how you build that ridiculous network?
Yeah, it's still a bit bewildering to me as well. It's still strange to me that I meet these people.
Because your period is so short, you
Yeah.
know, and like even like from their perspective, even though you're huge now at this stage, they might think, oh, like he's just new, that kind of effect,
Yeah.
someone who's burst on the scene, but like it's obviously a combination of exactly what you're just saying for the last 20 minutes in terms of your value system and helping people and being accommodating and being kind and being genuine,
I think so, and also for me, I do that online, which is I was telling you about before. So the way I met Justin is because when I see somebody's story, and they could be anyone, and I like it, I will tell them I like it, and I'll tell them why, a genuine reason, and I'll message them. And I mean, Justin ended up having a communication through Instagram, just as really as me as a fan, basically at the start. I just went from watching Justin to suddenly having my own channel. And then being like, okay, I'll reach out to Justin because I always sort of compliment his stories and stuff, and he sometimes replies. And I'll ask him if he wants to do a stream because I think my audience will like his stuff. And I just put the word out there, and then we ended up. He's obviously he can look through his messages, be like, oh, this guy's been. He's not like a snake or anything because he's been a fan for a while, and it made it very easy to connect with Justin. But for me, it still blew my mind. And I don't know if you've watched that stream, but if anyone goes back and watched the stream with Justin, I was very, very nervous. I'm very new to this as well. So it's just trying to do my best in those sorts of things, getting a little bit more used to it now. And then Iman, I put out a video of me fighting my MMA fight on YouTube. And Iman took the link and sent it back to me on Instagram and put underneath, like, this is awesome.
And you were never talking before?
And I'd never spoken to Iman before.
so he sends you a DM?
He sent me a DM.
You must have thought it was fake, man.
Saying that he liked his stuff. And I was like, and I'd watched Iman.
Yeah.
I'd watched his stuff because I think his content's amazing. And he's been around for like 8 years in the game. And obviously I know Hamza. So I'd heard about Iman through Hamza. And I don't know whether maybe Iman had seen me on Hamza's stuff because I was in a few Hamza videos and Hamza was on my channel. So probably knew that I was speaking to Hamza, but then we just end up chatting. And the thing I did with Iman was he's probably the person I admire most in business out of anyone because he's a year younger than me. He's 23 years old. The guy's like...
It's like a glitch in the system.
It's unbelievable. And to see it all documented over 8 years, what he's done is nothing short of just unbelievable. So I would message him and ask for advice. Because I just said to him, look, you're probably the person I admire most who's anywhere near my age that I would ask for advice from. And I don't normally ask for advice from too many people. If you have the time, would you mind answering a couple of these questions for me? And I sent him over some questions about YouTube and about my business as a whole and investments. And Iman sent me back like 15 minutes worth of voice notes of mentoring on how to basically blow my channel up, how to do stuff inside my business. And he basically said to me, look, I give out advice to guys a lot when I see potential in them, but no one ever takes my advice. People don't take my advice. So I'm interested to see what you do with this. And I just made sure that I executed on absolutely everything that Iman told me. And when I'd executed on it and it had worked, I sent him proof, like a receipt, like, thanks, boss, this has worked. Business has gone from this to this. Views have gone from this to this. It's working, and just nurtured the relationship really with him, because I feel like, and I mentor a few people now, when you give them advice, they take it and it changes their lives. It feels good for you when they say that back. So I wanted to make sure he knew that, and then I just ended up being in Dubai, and asked if he wanted to train together, and he sent the Rolls Royce to pick me up from my hotel. So I got picked up in the Rolls and taken to do some boxing with him at his house, and that was just crazy, really crazy. But we had a great session. He'll be a hell of a boxer. He will be, because you can see what he's done in business and content. He's now putting that same effort into boxing, martial arts. So you can guarantee he's going to be very, very good.